Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I'm going to talk about Compton rapper BG Knocc and his brother fellow rapper Dresta. Dresta was born Andre Wicker on April 18th, 1970. BG Knocc was born Orlando Hinton on January 23rd, 1975 in Compton, California. BG Knocc and his older brother by 5 years, Dresta, lived in several areas in Compton and also Watts, but most of their lives they lived in Nutty Blocc Compton Crip's turf, a gang that they would later join. The Nutty Blocc Crips are on the west side of Compton and one of the most known Crip gangs in Compton. But being one of the most known, they're also one of the most hated with many rivals. This gang would be fully established in the 70s, so BG Knocc and Dresta would grow up seeing the earlier generations of the gang. Growing up, BG Knocc and Dresta had it hard with having to hustle to survive. Early on in Compton in the 80s and 90s was no joke. The drug trade was booming, and so was violence, and several Crip and Piru sets in Compton made it a war zone, with many deaths and shootouts on both sides on the daily. Early on, their mom would go to prison for a charge, which led to them and other siblings going to foster care and group homes. Dresta would be in and out of camp and jail, and BG Knocc stayed in group homes from age of 10 years old to 15. This later led to BG Knocc serving time in jail as a youth as well. In the 80s and 90s, West Coast rap was elevating, with NWA being in the forefront. The group featured Eazy, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, MC Ren, and DJ Yella. The powerhouse group later disbanded on several disputes and issues. The first to leave was Ice Cube, then Dr. Dre. NWA members, particularly Eazy and MC Ren, were affiliated with the Crips. When Dr. Dre left NWA, he started a record label Death Row with Suge Knight, a known Piru affiliate, and rival to many Crips in Compton. This created a rift with Suge Knight trying to get Dr. Dre out of his contract with Eazy and Ruthless Records. This later became a war of words and diss songs and problems on the streets between the two groups. Now in the beginning of Dr. Dre and Eazy-E's beef, Dresta, who had been rapping in YA, was just released and ready to start his career. He had some connections to Eazy off going to school with Eazy-E's sister and having a cousin from the same hood as Eazy, Cali Park Compton Crips. Dresta hooked up with Eazy at a studio and began writing raps with Eazy, and even brought BG Knocc to the studio, who was 17 at the time. They began writing a diss song to Dr. Dre, which later became the song Compton City G's, a response to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's song Dre Day. Compton City G's would be both BG Knocc and Dresta's shining moment. Dresta even wrote Eazy-E's verse and had his own verse on the song. So did BG Knocc. The song was released on August 26, 1993, and had a video to it. The song was released on Eazy-E's EP called His Own Dr. Dre, 187 Killer. This brought instant fame and made BG Knocc drop out of school.
And now you're a rapper?
I'm a rapper, writer, arranger, everything.
So this music that is being so maligned is actually kind of giving you a purpose in life and something constructive to do?
It's giving me the only avenue I felt I had, you know.
Even with all the run-ins Death Row and Eazy Ruthless Records crew had, Suge Knight still tried to sign BG Knocc to a contract, which he declined, being loyal to Eazy. After touring with Eazy and getting their name out there, a tragedy would happen in March of 1995. Eazy would die of complications of AIDS. This was a bad moment with them going to sign to Eazy and Ruthless Records. That same year, the brothers BG Knocc and Dresta dropped an album called Real Brothers in August of 1995, featuring 15 songs, and the main songs being 50-50 Love and DPGK, a diss to Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, and their Dog Pound Gangster crew. BG Knocc and Dresta would later be invited to an event at a golf course where several different artists were at, but Death Row and Death Row affiliated artists were there as well, which BG Knocc would get into an altercation with Nate Dogg, which would lead to a big brawl.
It's about 100 people around there, and one of them went behind me, so I'm like, well, either I swing now or else I just get swung on, so then it all jumped off.
Choice but to swing.
So
and
once
bing,
I swung,
bing,
then
bing.
it just got hectic, because then I was fighting 2 to 3 people, and then somebody hit me in the back of the head.
This situation was later squashed before it got too big, and both sides would even make music together later in life and even have appearances together.
To see BG Knocc and Corrupt Young Gotti riding the road, because we've been doing this for quite some time. If Eric was alive right now, if Eazy was alive right now, there's no telling what we be doing today. You understand me? When you see BG, you see Eazy. When you see Corrupt, you see Dr. Dre. And if Eazy was alive today, I bet you $1 million him and Dr. Dre and Cube and Ren and Yella will be together right now, rocking NWA in a new age, cracking this game in the head, and we would all be a part of it. What do you think?
Over the following years after the situation, BG Knocc and Dresta would be featured in several other songs. BG Knocc career was put on hold when he was sentenced to 10 years in 1998 in the prime of his career for a shooting. Dresta kept doing music in the following years itself. After years of being in prison, BG Knocc would later be featured on a few songs and make some solo albums himself, like Eazy-E's Proteges in 2011, Nutty by Nature in 2015, Blocc Boys in 2015, Uncommon in 2017, and One Up in 2017, just to name a few. Over the years, BG Knocc has been doing many interviews, speaking on many topics from the past to current events. Even Dresta did a few interviews with his brother. 2022, BG Knocc announced being a Crip, stating he doesn't live that life anymore, and now realizes the negatives in the streets, stating he's always from where he is from, but he's not on what he used to do. After many years in jail, being shot, and doing the things that come with the streets, and also rap, both Dresta and BG Knocc are alive and well, Dresta being 52 and BG Knocc being 48. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.